What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now because today we are diving into one of the most legendary, iconic, and historically significant cars ever built, the 1955 Chrysler C300. This car isn't just a piece of automotive engineering, it's a statement, a milestone, and a revolution that changed the entire performance car industry in America. If you're a true enthusiast, buckle up, because this story is about raw power, elegance, innovation, and a machine that proudly earned the title of America's first muscle car. Now, when you look at the 1955 Chrysler C300, the first thing that strikes you is its commanding presence. This car didn't need flashy chrome fins or exaggerated styling to grab attention. It was refined, elegant, yet powerful, and Chrysler knew exactly what they were doing. At first glance, it might look like just another luxury coupe from the mid-50s, but when you peek under the hood, you quickly realize that this machine was a beast in disguise. Chrysler put the legendary 331 cubic inch HEMI V8 under the hood, producing a jaw-dropping 300 horsepower. Remember, this was 1955. No other production car in America had ever hit that number before. That's why it was called the C300. C for Chrysler and 300 for the horsepower. This was a statement to the world that Chrysler wasn't playing around anymore. The HEMI engine was already legendary, but in the C300 it was tuned for performance like never before. Dual 4-barrel carburetors, solid lifters, a racing camshaft, and an exhaust system that let this monster breathe like a track car. And let me tell you, the sound of that HEMI roaring through open roads was enough to send chills down your spine. In fact, Chrysler engineers weren't shy about their ambition. They wanted to dominate NASCAR, and that's exactly what they did. The 1955 Chrysler C300 rolled onto the racing scene and left everything else in the dust, winning 27 out of 37 races that year. Think about that dominance. It wasn't just a car you could buy at the dealership. It was a race car dressed in a suit and tie. But performance wasn't the only thing Chrysler nailed with the C300. The styling was refined, classy, and distinctly American. Built on the Chrysler New Yorker's body and combined with elements from the Imperial, the C300 had a wide, imposing grille, quad headlights, and clean, flowing lines that gave it a luxurious yet aggressive stance. Step inside and you were greeted with leather bucket seats, a rarity for American cars at the time, and a dashboard that was all business. Chrysler wasn't trying to make this a flashy cruiser. This was about serious driving. Every part of the car screamed performance luxury. And let's talk about how rare this beauty really is. In 1955, Chrysler produced only about 725 units of the C300, making it one of the most collectible American cars of the mid-century. When you consider its limited production, its motorsport success, and the fact that it essentially kicked off the muscle car movement, the 1955 Chrysler C300 isn't just a car, it's a legend. Today, collectors around the world hunt for this car, and when one goes up for auction, it fetches serious money. We're talking six figures easily, and sometimes much higher depending on originality and condition. This isn't just about buying a car, it's about owning a piece of history. The performance numbers back in the day were mind-blowing. The C300 could sprint from 0 to 60 in about 9.8 seconds and run the quarter mile in 16.9 seconds. Now, those numbers might not shock modern audiences, but in 1955, that was earth-shattering for a full-size American coupe. Top speed, a blistering 130 miles per hour. No other production car could touch it in America. It was a gentleman's express, a car you could drive to church on Sunday and then take to the racetrack on Monday, and it would deliver in both arenas. But here's what makes the 1955 Chrysler C300 so special in the grander automotive story. It was the car that set the stage for everything that came after. Without the C300, we might not have had the Pontiac GTO, the Dodge Charger, the Ford Mustang GT, or the Chevy Chevelle SS. Chrysler started a movement, and this car proved that there was a market for high-performance vehicles that weren't stripped down hot rods but refined, luxurious machines with serious horsepower. It blended two worlds, the elegance of Chrysler's premium lineup and the raw power of American racing technology. That's what made it the perfect storm, the ultimate combination of brains and brawn. And let's not forget the cultural impact. The C300 was known as the banker's hot rod because it appealed to professionals who wanted power without sacrificing class. It wasn't a car for teenagers looking to drag race at stoplights. It was a car for someone who wanted to roll up to the country club in style and still know they had the fastest car on the block. It commanded respect, both parked and in motion. Even today, the C300 still has a mystique about it. It's one of those cars that when you see it, you know it's something special. That massive egg crate grille, the long hood, the flowing roofline. It's a reminder of an era when American manufacturers weren't afraid to experiment and push boundaries. And the fact that it was only built in limited numbers makes it even more desirable. This wasn't mass market transportation. This was Chrysler flexing their engineering muscle and proving to the world they could build something extraordinary. So when we look back at the 1955 Chrysler C300, we're not just looking at another classic car. We're looking at a piece of automotive DNA, a cornerstone in the evolution of performance cars, and a legend that will never fade. Whether you're a hardcore collector, a history buff, or just someone who appreciates the beauty of old-school American engineering, the C300 is a car you can't ignore. That's why this car remains one of the most expensive and desirable collector vehicles today. Its rarity, performance, and historical importance combine to make it worth every penny. Owning one isn't just about having a car, it's about having a crown jewel in the world of classic automobiles. So, what do you think of the 1955 Chrysler C300? Would you call it the very first American muscle car? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the greatest cars of all time, make sure you smash that like button. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more amazing automotive stories, reviews, and histories just like this. Trust me, we've got a lot more legendary cars coming your way, and you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.